Where is everybody?
What's going on, folks? Eddie Carrington, mayor of Flux City, and today I'm on garbage duty. I'm taking a truckload of boxes to the city dump. These boxes have been sitting in my garage for over a year, and they've just been accumulating. And these are boxes that just are too big to fit into our recycle bin, so I'm just going to take them to the waste management site that we have on the west side. And I'm hoping they don't give me a hard time. Usually, it's always something. They always call me out for something random that they say I can't throw away, but ultimately allow for me to throw it away anyway. I remember one time I had a lawnmower in my truck bed, and I'm taking a bag of leaves to the site, and they're saying that I couldn't dump my leaves because I had a lawnmower in my truck bed, because that automatically makes my truck a commercial truck, because I had a push lawnmower in the back of my truck. They once again turned me away and told me that I was not able to dump my yard leaves, my bags of leaves at the site. And I was pretty frustrated about that, but there have been times where they would ask me for money. But yeah, hopefully I don't run into any issues. How you doing, boss? Empty boxes.
All boxes.
Yeah. So technically you can dump up to 1 yard of garbage a day as a city resident. You cannot dump construction debris, and there are other things like auto parts and things of that nature you're not able to dump at the city site here in the city of Detroit. But today was simple enough. I was able to go in, dump all of those boxes into a dumpster, and it took me, 4 or 5 minutes tops. Little quirks and rules that you just have to abide by when it comes to dropping off material at these city dumps, but you can't really beat it. It's not necessarily free, because once again, we're paying for it out of our property taxes, but at the end of the day, it definitely is a bit of a benefit to be able to do such a thing.
Where is everybody?
The site's empty today, with regard to the subs, being on site working. It's kind of a ghost town, and this is primarily due to some issue that we had with the city inspector. The city inspector gave my GC a pretty tough time regarding a number of different minor issues that ultimately boiled down to how one interpreted the code. And most of the concerns that the city inspector had weren't necessarily concerns at all, and we ended up having to bring out a supervisor to come in and look over the site after 4 visits from this inspector that once again gave my GCs a pretty rough time. But with that said, we are about to ramp things back up. That whole process, though, did slow us down about 2 to 3 weeks because of the back and forth and having to get the architect involved and getting all of these different letters of clarification and pointing out certain things within the code book that ultimately got us to a point where we just decided to request for the supervisor to come out to the site. And when they came out, it was a lot easier due to the fact that we already had the documentation, and the supervisor was able to basically see and understand the code and decipher it in a different manner that allows for us to get the thumbs up, right? So we have that now, and once again, we're gonna start ramping back up on site, but that whole process really did set us back roughly around 2 to 3 weeks regarding the scheduling of where we wanted to be at this point. We were technically supposed to be drywalling by now, but we kind of had to hold that off. We slowed down on the install, but those guys should be out by the week's end. We got the temporary heat. So when they start doing drywall, the temperature has to be a minimum of 55 degrees. And so what we're doing now is making sure that we're able to keep the temperature at the very least at that minimal degree in order for the drywall and the mudding and the taping and things of that nature to properly set, allowing for us to have a good build quality in the long run. But we have temporary heat here on both floors, second and third, pumping in hot air. And I'm going to take you downstairs now because we also are needing to glass up the first level as well, or the ground level, in order to help with that goal of keeping this overall building envelope a lot warmer than it was just a few weeks ago. Check out that window, or that door wall. What a beauty. This unit's about roughly 500 square feet, but that floor to ceiling door wall is going to really, really brighten this place up and make it feel a little bit bigger than roughly 500 square feet. Let's see here. You got a bit of a patio. We are going to put railing up, and overall, that's a pretty good amenity to have, right? Even though these units aren't massive, having an opportunity to step outside, a cup of coffee, read your favorite book. There is enough space here to put, some type of chair out. But, overall, this is a really, really good, well-rounded unit. And a majority of these units will have a patio. We'll have a door wall similar to that, and will be as bright, if not brighter, than this one. So I've said this before, but it's really beneficial from an owner's perspective to have another set of eyes come out and verify the work of the GC and their subs, right? The city inspector doesn't necessarily work for me. Their primary job is to make sure these buildings are built up to code and they are safe enough for a tenant to live in. And so coming out with, a very aggressive vantage point or, viewpoint to make sure that the building is where it needs to be is important. But it was unfortunate to have this inspector really give my GC a hard time and time again, and ultimately hold us back with our overall scheduling. If you're liking these videos, if you're finding true value out of these videos aren't for everybody, obviously, and I'm not a person that knows everything, right? I'm hoping that you kind of come to the conclusion that I'm not acting like I know everything with regard to development. I'm just wanting to make sure I share with you this experience as I learn throughout this overall journey, and hopefully become better, and more importantly, motivate you into seeing opportunity and believing in yourself to be able to level up your scenario If you're in real estate, if you're doing single family homes, this is possible, right? I went from single family straight to an $8.2 million development with no experience on the commercial development side. So I'm here to let you know that it is possible. You can make it happen, and you can learn from me throughout this overall process. But with that said, make sure you like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.